Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to Pink Capricorn Tarot. It's your girl, Angiana. It's your hostess with the mostest. Welcome to my safe space of YouTube where I talk tarot, astrology, lifestyle, spiritual stuff, all that, okay? We're going to put some cards. We're going to see what wants to come through today. I hope y'all are doing well. It's a lot of smoke in the air. I'm stuck on this roof. It's burning this shit. It's smoke in my eyes. It's smoke in his eyes. Yes, it's smoke in my eyes. Jig. What the fuck is this? IDK. Hey, let me get back to this shit. Hey, jumping off the roof with this one. Jumping off the roof with this one. Y'all remember that? What deck do I want to start with? Let's see what's the collective up to. Let's just see what's this message. We'll post this one immediately on YouTube just to keep the content going, keep the content flowing. What's the collective up to? What y'all got going on? For the people that do end up finding this. Not everybody wants this type of content, and I mean, that's fine. Not everybody gets that level of specific guidance, okay? I could be talking to a collective of people who are studying 111 on the timer. You could be learning new things, and whatever you're learning, I feel like you could be really tapping into an analog lifestyle. And I say analog, because she has, it looks like a phone or some type of iPod type thing, a computer, a book here. So it just feels like someone is tapping into a very natural element for them, and that's good. That feels really positive. Okay, let's see what else is going on in the collective energy. What are you learning maybe, or what are you enjoying about this process or this moment for yourself? All right, since we have pulled the first card, let's go ahead and use our hourglass just to keep us on time. Let's get one of these. It's pleasurable about the collective energy at this time. What's pleasurable, or what is to be noted? Maybe where could the collective use more pleasure in their life at this time? Shy today. That's okay. Let me do one more shuffle. Okay, strawberry. She finds sweet, simple pleasures. When was the last time you did something for the first time? When was the last time you learned something new, or you just kind of like tapped into new energy? I feel like you could be encouraged to do something. Yeah, gardener, strawberry, this and. I feel like you could learn something new while like healing or doing something that feels good for you, but it also brings you some type of benefit. Okay, let's see what's in the stars for the collective. I like to say, what's in the cards, what's in the stars, what can we learn from our zodiac storytellers? Kinship. All right, first card out here. Multiple generations gather around the table. In your mind's eye, imagine your ancestors welcoming you to the table with acceptance. Whether or not your actual family provides a feeling of belonging, draw strength from your visualization of emotional support and unconditional love. All right, so we're already kind of getting into a storyline here. There could be something popping off in your family where, or something going on in your life specifically. I feel like Jupiter and Cancer could have been super either difficult or challenging, or just significant in a way that you were able to learn something that you might not have been able to learn previously. Like something could have had to end, or something could have put you in a position of having to do something differently. I feel like going in a new direction. Let's get a card or a spread. The third pleasure seeker is the strawberryer. Okay, I like this book because it gives us a nice little spread. It says the strawberryer makes her way barefoot through the prickly grass and sun-dabbled rocks. In her open palm, she holds a warm, juicy, wild strawberry. Here's a secret, she tells you. I've lived so long and seen so much, learned so much, and yet it is the small, delicate pleasures I remember. Something could be especially significant about family. Maybe you have a memory. This is giving major Ten of Cups energy. Like when I'm telling you the Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles have been stalking me in every tarot reading lately. I feel like this is just the vibe here, okay? Pleasure does not have to be big and bombastic to hold value. It doesn't need to be loud and showy. It can be quiet and delicious, small and juicy, and intimate. I feel like this is you having a layer of intimacy. You could even have an online family, or maybe you're creating a community. Maybe you're creating a coterie. That's a card in this deck, and also what I like to call my collective sometimes. It's the people who are also like, I don't know, you consider yourself a light worker, or you do some type of healing work and you're learning how to do that, okay? Pleasure does not have to be big and bombastic. I read that. The strawberry comes to remind you to savor the small pleasures in your life. Take satisfaction in little luxuries and indulgences. Step lightly when you leave your front door. You never know what treasures may lie waiting for you to be discovered in the grass. Slow down. What's the hurry? Might there be something sweet and tender hidden at your feet? Is there a small pleasure tucked away in the mundane world around you? Make your day just a little bit more delicious with a few soft indulgences. And so one spread is what can help me take pleasure in the small things. I feel like your family. I feel like I could be talking to a collective where your family is truly an important part of your life. Either maybe you have kids or you want kids, or maybe you're the youngest or the middle, whatever you are, whatever age you fall on the spectrum, okay? Family is important, and it's important for you to think about what you can learn from other generations or what you're teaching or leaving for others. Question number 2, what opportunity for sweet small pleasures might I have failed to notice? This could even have to do with studying or something like that, but maybe learning your ancestry or learning about your family members. Question number 3, what small pleasure might I have denied myself because I felt too distracted, guilty, or hurried? Maybe you could have been working or forgetting to do something because of school, or, I definitely relate to this. I remember being in college and graduate school when I learned my grandmother passed. So right now it's just like, at least I'm at home and I can be around people to honor the life of another person in my life who has passed away. And then where in my life is sweetness needed? So let's use this one, but I feel like this will be a really good dynamic reading. I have good feelings about this one. I have good vibes. All right, let's see. We already know we're talking here about family. I want to get a self-love prompt. I like the way that flew out. Have you ever felt like you abandoned yourself, and how did you find your way back? Okay, we are definitely talking to a collective of people who are of the more emotional, mature people in their family and their generations. Someone has learned how to heal themselves, or has learned, more about their own psychology or their own personal life or their own personal reality, or maybe learning about a person's in your family's history or reality helps you understand something. But let's just see what particular areas of the collectives might be most impacted by this. Self-reflection and self. So yeah, really thinking about who you are and how you show up for yourself and for others. Love and divination. I feel like this could also be your chosen family, you deciding who becomes a part of your reality. Yep, and family and mindfulness. So being very mindful of the relationships that you're creating in your life. Okay, let's get one more. We have space for just one more. Maybe we'll save that last one for when we get towards the end. I feel like this is you creating a new version of yourself, but again, you're finding simple pleasures, and it's like maybe you're finding new relationships because you've let go of control. It says relationships and controllables, and then you have spirituality in yourself. You could have learned how to be a new version of yourself, or learn how to do something else. And then we have wholeness in yourself. What did I just say, bro? What did I just say? So yeah, all that's accurate, all that makes sense. If not, no worries. Let's get some tarot. Let's get into it. Because I feel like the collective that is self-aware understands when things are meant for them and when things aren't like meant for them. And I don't mean that in like a weird what's best for you, you'll never be like, you'll never need your family, whatever. I just feel like this is a collective that knows its stuff, and whatever it knows, it's like you're allowed to know that. Like, you're allowed to be an expert, you're allowed to want certain things and know what it is you're talking about. You're allowed to pursue your happiness. And so let's say, for example, you leave your family or you decide to go pursue something for yourself. Look, that Ten of Pentacles energy, I told you. Whatever you have going on for yourself, you find simple pleasures and you make it work for yourself. You could not be the type of person where, look, I'm telling you, this magic is in the air, despite the Mercury retrograde. Okay, you could have grown up in a foster care system, or you could have learned about some institution or some system. We're gonna get some tarot here. I'm trying to shuffle. We're gonna get some tarot to get a little bit deeper here. Let's see. That's not even the deck I wanted to use. Isn't that crazy? It's another deck. I just want to get one of these. I just want to get one. I know that might be a lot to ask. Can I just have one card, please? Just kind of give us what my pleasure might have been denied. Maybe. Ace of Swords. You may not even know what you want or don't want. This is fascinating. We have the Devil. This is like you're needing, someone could be judging themselves, or someone could be wondering like why they never got the chance to go after or to do something. Strength, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands here. There definitely could have been a family significance here, because let's say, for example, you could have abandoned yourself for your family, or you could have felt like you put your dreams on hold for your family, or you could have felt like you put your dreams to the side, and for whatever reason you had kids, or whatever was going on in your reality, right? You had to play a role. The Fool, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. That could have been part of this lesson. The thing that you had to learn was to put yourself first and foremost. And look, this doesn't have to be violence, but this can just be like, I gotta put me first, Lucius. I gotta put me first. And you walking out of that with a newfound sense of clarity, but it catapults you into the reality that you're supposed to be in. And I feel like that's what the Devil and the Judgment is. It's you've had to deal with so many boss battles and situations that probably weren't best for your higher inches. Probably for your higher good, right? But probably not within your interest. So how did you find your way back? 10 of Knives. You had to be resurrected. You had to go through that. And look, 10 of Cups. 7 of Wands. Maybe that was your family journey, your family karma, or your family generational curse breaking or something like that. Because that's what I'm getting for this. I told you, I said that 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles energy is going to come out in this reading, and that's okay. But there's something here where there was pain. There was a lot of pain here that could have kept you kind of, I don't know. One more. 6 of Cups. So we have healing. Again, I feel like someone could have learned about psychology, or learned about parenting, or learned about something. And them doing that allowed them to King of Pentacles, Lovers, 8 of Pentacles, this shit up here. There's a real resurgence of kinship and family just all of a sudden in the reading, but it almost maybe feels like someone had to lose something in order to realize, either lose something to realize what they had, or for someone to identify very clearly and distinctly what it is that they needed to heal. Because I feel like that was the point here, is that someone had to kind of undergo this, I'm a new person, there's more that I need right now. And it's not necessarily about you or about anything else. It's just about what it is that I need in specific. All right, so the last question is, where in my life is sweetness needed? And I just wanted to get one. Look at how they gave me too many. 1. 8 of Pentacles. You may need to have some type of passion project, or something where you're at least able to really exist in that capacity. Yep, 8 of Pentacles. Sorry, 8 of Cups. So 8. You could need some money. Do you need some money? You could need some type of financial assistance, or there could be something significant about needing assistance, or needing an opportunity that's like a good opportunity that is allowing you to expose and explore your curiosities. But I think it is kind of coming at the expense of being like, look, I've been through enough. I know what I don't want, and I know what I do want. We have just a couple minutes maybe left on the reading. Let's just get last pull of tarot and see if anything else wants to come through. Seven of Wands, I feel like, again, that's you protecting yourself, or you protecting your interests, or just you being very like, look, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I'm doing. And if you have a problem with it, you're putting the sage up and you're saying, fuck it, okay? Knight of Wands, you're going toward your passions. That's what is being encouraged right now. Only other thing I want to clarify is Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles is not a bad idea. That could be an investment. Six of Cups does also make me feel you can have family that supports you, or family that, supports you, or pays for something, or offers you something, or something is yours. Ace of Cups. The fact that you have 3 aces here, this is important. Ace of Cups to clarify the Ace of Swords. Come on. Last one. Oof. The Strength and the 3 of Swords. So I'm not sure what exactly happened or what was taking place here. 4 of Wands. You could be creating your own family. I feel like somebody could be getting married or creating their own family. Someone's leaving one side of their, leaving one thing, going to another, doing something on their own, and learning about it along the way, okay? That's really what it's giving, all right? With the last couple of seconds and minutes, let's just get some more positive affirmations, some more positive things that you can take from this message. I hope you enjoyed it. You should have liked, share, comment, subscribe, okay? Whatever else they were saying. What else? Being gentle with yourself. So this is a reminder to be gentle with yourself. Make your happiness a priority. And maybe you just needed to figure out what it was. Be very mindful of having a healthy lifestyle right now. Be mindful of those greens. Okay, blanch your vegetables. Health officials are saying just, avoid iceberg lettuce specifically, cilantro, leafy greens, things of that nature. So just, really figuring out what it is that you need in order for you to be at peace and whole and functional. All right. I hope you enjoyed this message. Thank you so much for listening, watching, supporting. I hope to see you in the next reading. But until then, mwah.